Taking a look at our analyst mock drafts, you're seeing them here. A lot of offensive line now, but noticing too the running back position there on the board. Jane, I want to get your thoughts here. What do they need to do and who do they need to add? Obviously, a running back would certainly be a nice addition for Dak and CD. So how much of a priority would be that position specifically?
You know, with that 24th pick, a couple of things are going on in Dallas. A quick refresher, they don't have a 4th or 5th round pick. That's unless they get creative, maybe trade future picks. But right now, as it stands, no 4th or 5th round pick, which means through rounds 1 through 3, they have absolutely got to address the offensive line and the running back position. Now, which one is more important to them? It's unclear, but when I look at the running backs room, guys, right now they've got Rico Dowdle and they've got Duce Vaughn. Derrick Henry told us they didn't even pick up the phone. We talked about this through free agency. They really didn't move their meter on a lot of people. I've seen Ezekiel Elliott's name kicked out there. When I reached out to the Cowboys about Elliott, they said they hadn't reached out yet. I don't anticipate that they even would until we get closer to camp, and that's going to be on a very veteran minimum deal. So I think a couple of guys that would make sense for them that I know that they're high on, that have been 30 visits. Jonathan Brooks out of Texas. He's a name that they've been high on for a while. Of course, he had that ACL injury that he sustained against TCU in November. Didn't finish out the rest of the season. So we'll see how the medicals affect his draft stock. The other guy is Trey Benson, the guy out of Florida State University. Another guy that I think that they would be very, very interested in. You know, in terms of offensive linemen, you saw a couple on that mock draft board that I've been hearing around the Star in Frisco that they would be interested in, the Jackson Powers Johnson, the Graham Barton. But they do have some position flex right now. I mean, I think they feel kind of good with Brock Hoffman now that Tyler Biadasz, their center, has moved on. They like what they've got out of Tyler Smith. He gives you some position flex. Whatever guy that they draft at the offensive line, they're going to want position flex out of him. But I would remind Cowboys fans that every time they've picked an offensive lineman in the last decade in the first round, it's worked out for them. So I think you could probably pick up a running back in the second round. I think that they would probably be leaning a little bit more towards that offensive line, but we'll see.
Jane, first and foremost, I feel terrible that I'm on that board and I didn't put running back in the first round. Right, I tried to go out and really hit this draft the way it needed to be hit. I thought the Cowboys needed to go offensive line. And I understand. I've talked to multiple running back coaches throughout the league about kind of the top guys. And you hit two of them right there, in Trey Benson and Brooks as well. But I got a guy for you that I think is going to be productive. He's been productive everywhere he's been. He was productive at Temple, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. I'm talking about Ray Davis. This is a guy I think you can get in the second round as well. I hope the Cowboys fans go and look at his tape. Look, 21 total TDs. That was third in the FBS. He did this all in the SEC. Now, this is his second SEC school at Kentucky. Again, a guy that we talked about productive. He has great vision, great contact balance, can find the hole, get skinny, makes guys miss in the open spaces we see there. The speed to take it the distance, a 4.52 in the 40. He's 5'9", and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's 5'9", 210 pounds. And this is the last thing I'll say. And Jane, can we go back to me and Jane real quick? Jane, okay, I got to tell you this. Someone told me, a little birdie told me that Duce Vaughn has a chance to kind of go out and show his stuff. We talked about him last year. Is that true or not?
Here's the deal, what I would say. I love Duce Vaughn. I love his father even more, full disclosure. I covered him when I was at Texas at Longhorn Network. The only problem I think with Duce Vaughn is it's almost like they're looking for their Ezekiel Elliott / Tony Pollard. Remember when you had Ezekiel Elliott here, you had a big-bodied guy who could open up holes for a speedster like Tony Pollard. The Cowboys are lacking that. So I think Duce Vaughn could absolutely have an opportunity to make plays, but they need a bruiser, and that's not Duce Vaughn. I mean, Duce Vaughn, with his size, we made a lot of fun of it last year. He felt very elusive at times, but he also wasn't even activated at times, I think, because of some of those issues. And so, yes, I think Duce Vaughn could shine, but I don't think he's going to be your number one guy. I think that they would probably want to utilize him a little bit more as like a Tony Pollard type package. I think what would really help the Cowboys, like I said, have a bruiser, a guy that can help them with some of the run blocking. That's just an area that's continued to hurt them. Quite frankly, they really just shouldn't have moved on from Ezekiel Elliott, and then Tony Pollard would still be here. But that's for a podcast and another discussion another day.